Hey there, welcome to Funny in Theory, episode 8 of a St. Paul Saints promotional podcast. My name is Joshua Will. I am the entertainment director here with the St. Paul Saints baseball organization.
Organization? LLC.
Boom.
Or is it an LLP? C. I'm
LLC.
pretty sure it's a C. Inc. I do know. Well, anyways, I'm Sierra. I work here. Apparently, I don't know what we're called, but...
Hey, Sierra.
Been here 9 years.
How you doing today?
I'm just great. We just finished a homestand yesterday.
Let's talk about the second to last homestand of this season.
I'd love nothing more than to relive what we just went through.
It was, okay, so going into the homestand, we both said that it seems like a very long time since we've been here. I think you even cracked a joke about you don't even know how to do on-field promotions anymore.
Correct.
And when the week got over, which was yesterday for us, it was a very, very long week. And at no point will we complain to the point of like we're angry or we're tired or anything. It was a kind of a stressful, long, hot, complicated.
Hot?
Oh,
it wasn't hot.
I almost had sunstroke during the day game on Wednesday.
Josh, we were in like the low 70s all week.
I'm cold-blooded.
No.
Check it and see.
Oh
I got a
gosh.
temperature of like -3.
It was very hot or cold because you'd be in the shade and it was like, wow, this is brisk.
It was that stupid Minnesota weather. Like, do I wear a t-shirt? Oh no,
Yes.
now I'm in a shadow, so I'm going to put
Maybe
a
that's
sweater
why
on.
you had a sweatshirt on and then you were in the sun for 18 minutes waiting for a promotion.
Or maybe because we had a total of, at any given time, 3 or 4 interns.
That too.
And so we were running around even more than normal.
That's possibly
And
true.
there was a lot of running around and then waiting.
That's what I mean. Okay, so normally we're always tired after a homestand, no matter what. This one felt more mentally tiring than physically, even though we were running around more. But we had 2 weeks off before. So I feel like my body was charged up and ready to go. Like I didn't feel like my legs were as tired as they normally are during homestands. It's just whatever. But I feel like problem solving was not coming as easy as it used to. And it was, yeah. We were talking about this earlier. It wasn't very much of our routine. It was so many things were out of the routine.
No, as a matter of fact, you were talking about your daily routine and how you were such a routine person.
Yeah.
And I said, stop, hold it for the podcast. So what you were talking about your daily routine, and is that just completely out of whack now?
Oh, I was like, I don't even remember what I was going to say when you told me to stop talking. I do remember what I was going to say was.
And I did. I said it like just like that. I'm like, stop talking.
Don't talk to me unless we're recording. Otherwise, I'm not listening.
We burned so much coal just waiting for everything to get set up.
All I was going to say was, I'm also, Kate, don't think I'm a hippie. But I do think some of my sign, I'm a Sagittarius, is spot on for what my personality is. And a lot of it says spontaneous. So what I was going to say, I'm a very routine person. I get up at 5:30. I walk the dog. I work out. I come to work. Yada. I have this like something in my body just kind of wants to go. Let's go on a like road trip this weekend or something. Like I want to go maybe to Indianapolis, watch the Saints play. And so that's why I'm like, just want to go do something different and off the cuff randomly. Like I have this itch because I haven't been able to, I feel like, in a while. So that's all I was going to say earlier.
You turn the. Oh, you want me to turn the lights on?
Yeah,
Okay.
dang.
Okay, here we go. How do we turn the lights on?
I bet you just touch it.
Down on the bottom. Hold on. Follow.
You have to touch each individual square to turn it on. There you go. Yeah, you should do the whole a few moments later.
6 hours later. Okay. What the heck were we talking about?
Oh, I needed a little spontaneity in my life.
Oh, Indianapolis, so you can just go out.
I'm probably not going to. I think it's a far drive.
It's funny, too. Every season, I say to myself,
But maybe.
I'm going to see a game someplace else. There's no time to see a game someplace else. Routine for me, a little personal life here, 16 months of homeschooling with 3 kids. and kind of balancing that out. And coming to CHS Field, particularly last year, was like my vacation.
Yeah.
Just we're going to go, we're going to have fun. And this week, the kids started school. So on top of this really wacky week with a day game on Wednesday, which was the kids' first day of school as well, just...
What timing?
It worked out beautifully. No, and I'm also, like last night I got done, went home and I said, this week let's reset. Let's drink a lot of water. Let's eat really well. Let's go to bed at a certain time.
Sounds so great.
It sounds so great until you're like, I need some caffeine, or I just want some
banana milk.
Banana milk. Oh, I'm not going to live this banana milk
34 grams of sugar in 8-ounce can.
Yeah, it's an 8-ounce can.
That the expiration date said MM/DD/YYY.
Why?
Why?
The little story behind that. I have a little personal game I like to play with Sierra where I bring in a different drink to the production meeting. And it's usually some sort of zero sugar energy drink, unless they've snuck some sugar into it. And as you said, it's so oversaturated. The energy drink. I
know.
And
I've never heard of 3/4 of the ones that you bring in.
No, because what's very funny is if I have to go to Dollar Tree, they won't even have like Rip It. They'll have something like Zip It or.
That'd be like the most terrifying, I don't know, industry to get into. Energy drinks. Why? You're going to get oversaturated with everything.
Oh, absolutely.
What else are you bringing to the table other than energy? And
it's really amazing how they're finding new flavors that are truly, truly awful.
Your favorite, Jagged Ice.
Jagged Ice. And so earlier this week we did a game, kind of a Would You Rather, for Hooky Day, which was actually Wednesday. We're playing hooky, and that Survey Says was all kind of part of it. And it was just those random questions. Would you rather take on a pony-sized Dalmatian or
a horse-sized duck, or a lot of duck-sized horses?
Yep, exactly.
Something like that.
So we did a promotion that way, but it ended up with: would you rather eat a dried fish?
Yep.
Or gingerbread flavored?
It was called a
molasses.
Pup pie. It was for Tater's first birthday. He had extra.
So a dog treat, basically.
Yes.
And that was the punchline. But I went to the Asian market and I got this thing called banana milk, which I really like. There's just this. It sounds ridiculous. You can't explain it. You either like it or you don't. But it's carbonated milk, a carbonated milk beverage.
Which sounds even worse. Carbonated milk.
It's very good. It goes beyond my comfortability, and it also reminds me of a happy place, like when I go visit my wife's family over in Japan. So it's always kind of fun to get. But this banana milk, oh my God. The minute you pointed out the sugar content in it, and I've been really trying to pay attention to that, it almost made me sick.
Yeah.
It's like, we got a little bit left in the can, and the 8-ounce can costs $3.50, and because it's imported, it's some really
for 8 ounces.
Yeah, which I expense to the saints, but. I immediately poured it out. There was just no way I'm going to put this in my body. There's no way I'm going to enjoy that.
You had some of it.
Oh, no, I poured the rest of it out. I didn't drink of it. The only thing that we got our money's worth out of is talking about this banana drink.
Yeah.
A week after the fact.
Because I don't like bananas and I don't like milk either. So the no nanner zone. So putting those two together, and then you said it tasted like carbonated milk. Mm-hmm. Strike 17, and then there's 34 grams of sugar, and then there was no expiration date.
There was an expiration date. It just didn't exist.
It could have been imported 3 years ago.
Maybe that's why I felt so horrible for the last week. We had some ridiculous games. I believe the Saints won 17-4. Another one was like 21-3.
Yeah, the funny thing is Sean's headline for the 21-4 game was Saints break whatever division league we're in, AAA East, record for runs set. Literally Toledo did the same thing, but their game ended less than an hour after ours. So we had the record for like 1 hour, and now we're tied for the record because they also won 21-4. Something in the world was in the air that night.
That seems very par for the course. Yeah. That's hysterical. And going back, I picked up some dried fish.
Has Sego eaten it yet?
I believe he has, but we could. On the back of it says, "Do not eat raw. You have to cook this fish." I want to know
how he cooked it and ate it. Then
how do they? First of all, how do you? The only way I can think that you can get a dried fish is catching a fish and then leaving it in the sun for a good 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's uncooked, even though it's being heated by.
I feel like wouldn't that be like throwing raisins in like the oven?
Yeah. But
like they're dried.
Yeah,
grapes.
But you can't make this fish any crispier. I mean, right now it's basically a potato chip, and you can't add water. You can't boil a dried fish.
Should we Google?
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
You can keep talking about it, and I'm going to try and see
how you do the dried fish.
Was it specifically called a dried fish?
Yes, it's dried fish. Okay. These weren't snapper. These were it wasn't grouper either. It wasn't a crackle fish. Doesn't matter.
What's that?
I'm just coming up with words. Right now.
So
I'm not a fish eater by any means. I do
salted dried herring.
It wasn't herring because the herrings are the little tiny fish, so you can. It's basically there are things called bonito, which is a tuna byproduct, which is basically just salt, and they use that in a lot of Asian cooking, a lot of soups.
Kind of sounds like you just brown it, like in the oven.
Just give it a little bit more of a tanning bed after it's dried out.
Kind of.
These just dehydrated fish wearing these little goggles so their eyes don't get hurt.
See, and then this one says put it in water and boil it.
So now you're just having dried fish soup, which, oh man, that should be something someone should drink.
Dang. All right, cool. Well, we should try this sometime. I don't want to, but we should. I'm keep an open mind about everything.
I try to with food, but the minute it's put in front of me, I really chicken out. That's if I could have one wish that weren't like, can you fly? Can you whatever. It's just to enjoy all types of food. That would open up so much more to me.
Yeah.
I do not have a chef's palate.
Okay. This step by step. Remove a cup of dried fish from the bag. Heat oil on high heat in a shallow pan. Move fish around a spatula. Season with salt and pepper, hot pepper. Enjoy eating the snack with a cold drink. Maybe like some banana milk.
Maybe some banana milk. Some expired. Okay, first of all, the fish that we got were huge. So I want to know what a cup of fish.
Yours still had the eyes in it.
Oh, yeah.
So do you eat the eyes?
So I worked at a sushi restaurant for 10 years. Eyeballs are a delicacy.
What did you do at the sushi restaurant? Did you roll the sushi?
No, I was actually a server.
Oh.
I was a server for 10 years.
That's it.
Yeah. No, 10 very long years.
Did you ever have to teach people how to use their chopsticks?
Yep, all the time. I did learn how to roll sushi, so every once in a while at home we will have sushi night. We'll go to a seafood place by my house, and I do like tuna, just straight up. And so I'll make rolls, and I can make the sashimi, or I can make the nigiri, which is on top of the bed of rice, and that's a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, but I used to have a sushi making kit, and then I realized that it all tastes the same if you just make the sugar rice, the sticky rice. Mm-hmm. And just throw it in a bowl and eat it. It tastes the exact same than if.
Oh yeah, so that'd be like a poke bowl, and that's kind of
yeah.
Well, we would have
bowl
poke bowl. There's actually poke balls too.
Is it a poke ball?
Yeah, so they're called onigiris.
Thing that
ball means poke. Yeah.
No, but what's the Pokemon thing? There's a ball, isn't there?
Yeah, a poke ball.
Oh, see.
Yeah. So you can get a rice ball or something called an onigiri, which is a triangle rice.
I like the way you say nigiri.
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 That is, without getting too much into it, there's no R's in Japanese.
So they don't have to roll their R's either.
So it's kind of in the back of the throat, so it's nigiri, and not nigiri. That's how you know you're an American. And it's
why be something I'm not?
Yeah, well, it's not so much that as that's how I was taught to say it.
Saturday, this is bringing this up to my mind. Still, nothing to do with promotions. Food trucks around the field. One of our coaches, Sydney, comes up and he goes, are any of them Latin cuisine? And I said, there's a chili lime truck, which is tacos, or there was Burrito Mercado has a food truck. And I was like, actually, you should go to Burrito Mercado because it's super good. And he's like, well, it was a long game tonight. That was the 21-4. He goes, we have a lot of pitches to log. How long are they going to be out here? And I said, I don't know, 40-ish minutes. Because, again, it was a long game that was almost 4 hours long. 3.5, a little over 3.5. So we had to get these fireworks going. So we had to let the people eat the food trucks, but also get the fireworks going. So
not only that, we
weren't
had
shooting them
fireworks
off.
2 days in a row.
Yes.
Which makes things even longer.
Yes. But he ended up, so I told him, I was like, if you can't make it out here, you should go to their restaurant because it's delicious.
It is, yep.
And
unsolicited plug, by the way.
He goes, so he starts Googling this place. Where's it at? I go, it's like 5 minutes away. And I said, he's like, what's it called again? I go, Burrito Mercado. And I go, or Mercado. And he goes, oh, mami, I see you. And I was like, yeah. 4 years, Spanish, high school. What? Like, I also worked in a restaurant, so you learn a lot in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. And
But yeah, so I think he ended up getting it, and he got a steak burrito, and he said it was very good.
excellent.
So
Rita, one of our PAs, got a halibut from the fish and chip truck.
yeah, that reminds me of something.
So good. What is it?
Why did the fish cross the sea? Just for the halibut.
Just for the halibut.
Dad jokes.
And it was one. I had a. Oh, I was so excited this week. There's so many times I will go to see her with a joke, and she'll either look at me like, "Are you serious?" Or this joke good was, "What do you call a dad? What do you tell someone who tells dad jokes that isn't a dad?"
A faux pas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You looked at me and went, "Yeah, I've heard that one." Thank you very much. Okay, the other there were so many moments this week where you saw me kind of lose my cool a night ago, which doesn't happen very much. But I am a Scorpio, so very passionate about what I do. I like being with my friends, but there are moments of just I've had enough. But for now 4 seasons, I've just wanted to catch some type of foul ball. And that one came back and it bounced and I caught it because I just want to give it to a kid.
Oh,
just one. And I looked around and to my right, there's like there's a gaggle of 9 little League players.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to throw it to them because I don't have 9 balls to give them.
Right.
Everyone else is adults and I'm not going to give it to them, you know. And so the first little girl I saw, and she could have cared less about it.
You picked one kid, threw it to an adult guy. He tried to give it to the little girl, and she literally just didn't even say anything. She just turned her head back down to her lap.
Yeah, it just there you go.
So I'm pretty sure the guy kept it. So you gave it to an adult. That's the number one sin. Giving a foul ball to not a kid.
Now, to be fair, I have a twin story to tell you as well. I pointed at him and I pointed to give it to the girl, and he did. So He tried. So he kept the ball, and he was just kind of the conduit to which the ball was supposed to be going to. My first Saints game here at CHS Field, I brought my middle child Alden, and this was 2018. Did we go into the playoffs in 2018, the year before I got here? 2017, sorry. 2016 or 17.
16 or 17 was the only year the Saints didn't go to the playoffs. I can't remember which one it was.
So maybe it was 20. Anyway, we just happened to come to the last game of the season when they clinched.
Okay.
And my son wanted an autograph, and I didn't know how CHS Field was laid out because I hadn't been here before. But we just kind of went down to the first row, and players were coming up, and I thought, well, that's really amazing because if you go to other ballparks, they're not going to unless it's pregame. And it was all adults looking for signatures, and the ball player at the time just pointed at Alden and ran away. I thought, well, what was that about? And he came back with a broken bat, to a kid, and even to.
You don't remember who it was?
I don't remember who it was. Like I said, it was my first game.
What was it? Your first time reading? I mean, look at his back.
Look at his.
It's not your excuse.
He grabbed a bat. There's no name on it.
I said the back.
Oh, at this point, I don't remember it anymore.
I know. No, I know.
I'm just going to say it was a specialty jersey that night, and they didn't have their names on it.
Oh, okay.
And, wow, just completely destroying the happy memory that we had.
That was really, I want to know what player it was.
So I'll show you. We'll just go back through the video. We'll just find that.
Maybe it's on the bat. Do you still have the bat?
I'm going to say that's still one of our favorite possessions, because since then I may have acquired 1 or 2 Saints promotional items, and it's a very funny tidal wave because suddenly it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, do I need to keep all this? Probably not. So,
we're all hoarders here.
Yeah.
We don't want to be.
And I've been having
feel bad.
really fun time too, is that when my kids outgrow stuff and if it's in good shape, I bring it here and then we give it to other kids as well. And that Madonna's been doing that and they love that. It's something special for them. But that bat I will never give away. But the next season, my friend works for Coca-Cola, so he has these, and their union has fantastic
You worked
seats.
for Pepsi and he worked for Coca-Cola?
Worked for Pepsi for one day.
How did that work? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how long you worked there. It's on your resume. So...
Have I ever told you this job? It was awful. It was awful. First of all, so we were sitting right to the right of home dugout. And after the game, they're signing autographs. And
at a Saints game?
No, at
Target Field.
Target Field.
Okay.
For the Twins game, and whatever player it was, and this was not a well-known player at the time, so I can get away with this one. And the player handed the bat to the cameraman to give to Alden.
Okay.
Cameraman looked around and found the prettiest girl he could find and handed it to her. And she they were playing into that, and then she was done flirting, and then and I have never been so livid. Like, that was my son's bat, and what do you do at that point? You try to get the ball boy and say, hey, that guy gave us a bat, but someone took it, blah, blah, blah. Reminds me of a time, if you don't know this, I'm a Rolling Stones fan. We went to a concert in Milwaukee, and there's a little mini stage in the middle of the arena that the Stones walked to. And the person I was with, Keith Richards, handed her a pick into her hand.
Okay.
Somebody reached behind her trying to get it and slapped it out of her hand, trying to grab it. And it fell between the stage and the gate, which was enough for a security guard.
Right.
Gate is solid all the way to the floor. We can see it. We're asking the security guard who saw everything happen, can you pick that up for us? And that typical just had his arms crossed and was like, I'm not doing this for you. And he took it for himself.
Yeah.
But just one of those, you feel helpless in that situation. And am I going to start screaming? No. Am I going to say something as nasty as I can and then walk away when it's done? But then it's like but we're here right now, so let's not concentrate on this because the Rolling Stones are 6 feet from us.
Yeah. And, I accidentally dropped someone's license in the planks of like an outdoor patio. The slit was literally the size of the license and it went straight. This was I want to say it was like Cowboy Jackson Uptown. I don't think it's there anymore. Cowboy Slims. I don't remember.
I know exactly what you're talking about. The Cowboy Bar.
Sure.
Yeah.
But this was back when I was in college. And I used to be so stupid. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes if I didn't feel like giving my real name to somebody who would ask my name, tell him my name was Brooklyn Ray. I don't know why. He didn't believe me. So then I was like, oh, fine, whatever. My name's Sierra. And then he's like, stop. Why are you lying? I just don't get it. And I was like, I swear to God. So I showed him my license and he goes, okay. And then I was like, you're probably lying about your name. And he gave me his. And somehow good old slippery fingered Bailey just dropped it and it went straight down in there. And so he didn't have a license anymore. I was like, okay, bye. And I moonwalked out of there.
Slippery finger Bailey.
Yeah. My nickname.
just imagine you just in the back of the Cowboy Bar playing a guitar, just a blues song.
Let's just say it's not like a cowboy bar. They play country music where people get extremely wasted on the weekends.
I just remember it being really thin and crowded.
Always super crowded. So,
and if you know me, I'm not the tallest person in the world. So anytime at a bar, I'm never going to get any type of service. Speaking of that, Jordan Lynn, the producer and the brainchild of this, has left us.
Yeah.
He was here from 2013 till yesterday.
Yes.
And I just want to, we kind of mentioned this in our last podcast, but really did a lot for us. Really good friend. We wish him the best.
We do.
And we hope to do you proud. Obviously, today's podcast is showing exactly where we can go.
Go back to minute 5 where we realize the lights aren't on.
Yeah, just completely blew that apart. Okay, so let's also. I want to give a props to the remaining interns. They have been
They're great.
So amazing.
They're great.
Other than that, this week we can't get those planes to work. It's just it's so depressing. And it's such a good promo. I mean, right now the only excitement from the crowd is when it just hovers in the air for about 5 seconds before it even realizes it doesn't want to be here anymore. And
I think maybe we should change it to a one person, and you or I throw it.
You know, when this is done, let's go throw it and see if we can do it.
Okay, great.
And then if it goes horribly, it's no one's fault.
Correct.
If we just throw one perfectly, then we know that we are right. That
people just don't listen to instructions.
Yeah. Okay. I will also say another reason this week.
Another speaking of?
I say speaking of a lot. I say, oh, that was wonderful a lot. And then I trip over my tongue.
Oh, fantastic.
A lot. Fantastic. So many inebriated fans
this week. Oh, my gosh.
Getting into promos.
For sure. The 21 run game, for sure. The 9/11, that game. I looked at my interns and I go, I've hated every single one of our contestants tonight except for the Hamlin kids.
Yeah, the kids were great.
Yeah.
But it got to the point where if you were coming around a corner or I was going someplace, we're just like, this is going to go awful.
Yeah.
First of all, okay, drinks aside, I just don't like arguing with a contestant about what needs to be done.
Yeah.
We're not making this up on the spot.
Yeah.
We've thought about this.
This isn't a negotiating process.
Well, what if there is no what if you.
Yeah. I just remember for one of them, I came into center field. Two of them. One of them, you cut me off before I even got to them. You're like, just a heads up, you're probably not going to like these people or something like that.
If you're not in a good mood, it's not going to get any better.
And so then you were right. But then I would come another time for Summit Swig, come back to center field. I'm like looking around, where are our contestants? And was it you that told me where they were? I don't think it was.
No, this isn't unfamiliar.
Oh my gosh. Were you even back there?
Mm-mm.
They were in the parking lot. So center field, we have a garage. You can also go out back to the parking lot, smoking ciggies.
Oh, these are the smokers, yeah.
For literally like 10 minutes. And they were out there the entire time until we're like, we got to go. Third out hit. And they're like, okay. And they're taking their like last puffs. I'm like, oh my God.
We had some fantastic fans for our region's big baby race.
Which day?
All of them. Who kept trying to tell me there should be beer for them. If they're going to do this for us, we should be buying them beer.
Yeah.
And there's that weird moment of, you're doing this for us.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be fun.
Yeah, you can say no, and I guarantee there's a lot of other people that would want to do that.
I don't want to be here. Somebody signed me up for this.
Okay, sorry.
The games have lasted 4 hours. You had plenty of time to kind of back out. And I will always tell a contestant, while you're out there, take a look around. You're in center field, you're in right field, have fun with it. Don't be so concentrated on the game. Mm-hmm. But it's the ones who are so completely uninterested in it that I think is so funny.
Yeah.
We had a little girl eat dog food this week.
We did. We had a dog poop on the field.
And I can't tell you how much I needed that. Yeah. I needed that so much. During the live shot of the Chuck and Don's pet of the game, this beautiful little puppy,
Vance Astro,
just squatted.
It was great.
Butt to camera.
Love it.
Just there was nothing left. No censored bar. No pixelation.
Well, okay. When the promotion was happening, you couldn't see it because there's a frame that says Chuck and Don's pet of the game. So when they replayed it for the Mint Mobile call of the game, that frame was gone. So now you could see it. Okay. So the way I've told the story before is because I was getting ready for Cub Chuck and people were laughing and I turned around and I hadn't seen anything. And I just thought, oh, that's very funny. But when so now the uncensored, later in the game version of it was just a Saints After Dark
dog pooping forever.
I know. His poops were bigger than Tater and he was like 1/3 the size of him. I was like, what's going on here, dog?
I was talking to Eddie Koblenz before this, and it was the fact that the dog was unfazed by it.
I know.
And it didn't have like the puppy, the legs are shaking while it's doing it. Just took out a paper.
I know.
Checked his stocks on the phone.
I joked to Lee. I was like, well, at least we know he has good bowels. Maybe we should talk about that. So
So those are some of the unscripted things that happened this week.
Yeah.
We have a week off coming up. What are you doing?
At work or here or outside? Work, we're doing a lot of season ticket renewals, so lots of math, lots of contracts, getting ready for the next homestand.
I know a lot of fans, they couldn't have their tickets or their seats fulfilled last season, so they moved to this season. Did everything go pretty seamlessly?
It's not seamless. Like, I think
Did it go somewhat okay?
Decently organized. Like, honestly, it's awesome. Aaron has done amazing organizing it. Him and Shauna and Zane.
Yeah, up in the ticket office, they're great people.
Yes, but considering COVID and so many different things went into renewing your tickets last year, and you were supposed to get 72 games, but you only got 65. And it's just like, so there's so much math involved with everything. So it's seamless kind of, but not really. There's still so much and it's not even a normal these half seasons are all the same. It's like, nope, well, this person had this and then this one didn't come to this game, so they have this credit. And it's just like, oh my gosh.
I know we joked around about my excitement about having next season already plotted out. Yeah. But it's funny, as of this morning, we have camps and everything ready to go. And there's just a huge relief to know that as long as we keep going in the right direction and people do what they need to do, we'll be back into a regular schedule, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yes.
The other thing, and I can't, the umpires left, and I said, gentlemen, thank you very much.
They were nice. I liked them.
And they said, we can't wait to see you again next season.
Good.
And I've got that a few times from the ump saying that they love to be here. Mm-hmm. But I think slowly everyone that's been coming through CHS Field and seeing what we're doing is like, well, this is who they are. This is what we're part of. And really just kind of relaxing with it. Because it was a tense beginning of the season. Also, not only just explaining who we are, but trying our best to live up to these are the COVID restrictions and keeping everyone safe and being respectful of everyone's place.
Yes. And keeping the fans happy. Yes.
And for the most part, it's been a lot of fun. We had a light bulb shatter yesterday.
I couldn't believe that. I had never even seen that. I didn't even know it happened. I guess it's happened before.
Yeah. So we were up there and we heard that. We heard.
I honestly thought it was a bug zapper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I didn't know it was a foul ball, and all of a sudden I just heard that, and I go, what? And I looked up, and then all of a sudden you just see an entire section go and cover their head.
And just glass everywhere. Yeah. And I replaced some Dippin' Dots. Got some Dippin' Dots replaced.
Didn't need to do that, apparently, though.
I didn't need to do that. It's very funny. My sense of humor can be very dry. And I looked at the girls, and I got them brand new Dippin' Dots for fear that glass got in there and said, if it's okay with you. I didn't say if it's okay with you. Just I took a couple bites. There you go. And I had to, it took about an inning and a half for me to get these things. And I'm comfortable enough in my position now that I think people know me. So if I step behind the Dippin' Dots or I go behind what's the sausage? Van Housens? Van Brouten? Bronheigen?
Van Bronsons?
Van Bronsons?
Von Hansens.
Han Vonsons. We had a dog eat dog food yesterday who could care less about the dog food, cared less about the sausage. In theory,
I said, there's one requirement. That's all I said. I go, a dog that has an appetite at the moment.
Well, this dog could care less.
I know.
Little girl was eating it was actually Cocoa Puffs, but what looked like dog food. Reese's peanut butter puffs. Puffs. Talking is hard when you don't have water. And this little French bulldog / something else.
I don't remember what it was.
And the dog could care less.
Yeah.
And the girl was cute and it was fun. Yeah. But it was one of those after the initial joke, oh, that was 10 seconds. That's how do we fill the next 20?
I think the best part was that the fans actually voted for the girl to win, not the dog.
Yeah, that's all I could do at that point. It's well, what do we do? We do a winner right there.
I think the dog got booed even.
Good.
It was just
me. Boo you, dog. Boo you, dog.
I just looked at the intern and I was like, stupid dog.
We had some strange reactions to stuff this week. When we did the new birth race, it was a tie. And I just said, we've had twins. And everyone cheered for that. And I thought,
Oh,
okay, are they happy that everyone's here? Or was it a funny joke or not?
I think that's a funny joke. I didn't hear that.
We'll just go with that. I'll take what I can.
Okay. Depends.
Depends. I'm sorry. It's a killer joke. It's a killer joke. If we can do ThanksNet every game, we can do depends. And that's I really did try to sell Huggies.
No, I know. I just don't think people get it.
I spent a good amount of time like, how do we word this? An adult putting their arms around another adult. What do we call that? Huggies. It's about the best you can do for that.
Yeah.
Pampers. Cloth. Funny.
Washable cloth.
Other than that, I still haven't got my beer baseball bat. I'm going to get one of those by the end of the season.
Okay.
I'm a little slightly jealous of that. You know what's very funny is that there's been more food down in the tunnels because of the new catering and people eating out there. I usually don't eat during a game, though this week's Triple the Fun has me eating a hot dog and following you around the ballpark.
You did, no, it was at the end of the game. I remember because Cup Check was late, and then when Cup Check was done, I just had the interns go home because we didn't have the tennis ball toss.
I had that hot dog because it was that inning that took forever, and I had no water in me, and I was like sick to my stomach. I'm like, I need to get something in there.
Because that nanner milk wanted to come out and play.
Oh,
or it was having a dance party in your stomach.
I was fine with it, except for the diabetes that was kicking in. Just straight up diabetes in a can. Bubble guts. We have one more homestand before the end of the season.
That's kind of sad.
It is. I will say that no matter how tired I was, or I'll come right out and say it, frustrated I got, there's no other place I'd rather be. I'll be sad it's the end of the season. Mm-hmm. We wake up in Minnesota now, it's 50 degrees.
Which is great for walks in the morning, though. It's brisk.
But it's just weird how quick that changes.
I know.
Driving home last night, because I drive, oh God, that's the other thing that drove me nuts this week.
Your car?
My car. We live Minneapolis, St. Paul, two big cities in the Midwest here, connected by Interstate 94.
I love how you still describe everything to people like you think we have listeners that aren't in Minnesota.
I'm hoping. The four of you that listen religiously, I really appreciate you. I really do.
But continue on.
But you've got two major cities connected by a single interstate.
Yeah, 94.
94. And then there's another interstate that splits 35W to 35E. 35W goes through Minneapolis, 35E through St. Paul. They connect on north and south sides of the city.
You should work for MnDOT.
But there is no way to go from 35 north to 94 west without going through the city. You have to get off the highway. There's no way to get on 30. So this is absolutely ridiculous for me, because if I'm out running around and I need to get here, am I going to take Shepherd Road? Do I want to come through? But right now, we have 4 lanes of interstate at rush hour.
Yeah.
Our meetings are 5 o'clock, which means I need to leave at 4 o'clock to go 10 minutes away to make a 5 o'clock meeting, because 4 lanes are now into 1 lane.
Yeah.
And it does it maybe a mile outside of downtown St. Paul. So you're going good. And then everyone doesn't know how to drive or zipper merge or take their turns or move at a slow pace that we can all, instead of just start, stop.
Yep.
And all week long, it's just like, oh my God.
You're seeing red right now. You are getting worked up just talking about it.
It's ridiculous.
I know. I feel the same way in traffic.
Infrastructure, I'm for it. Let's get let's fix those roads and everything, but there's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
And how do you have 2 major roads? I'm never going to tell this story for the public to hear, but remind me of a Winnebago story, having to drive it through 7 corners of Minneapolis, because you can't go from 35W south to 94 east without going through city streets.
Okay.
That's
Winnebago.
This is a baseball
Do you have
podcast.
One?
No.
Did you have one?
I'm not telling this story right now. It is one of those things that even though it happened,
does it involve a crime?
No. And I still wake up every once in a while, like if something had happened my life would be so dramatically different right now.
Oh.
And it's not like Breaking Bad. I wasn't making meth or anything like that. I wasn't.
No.
It wasn't like a party bus. Could you imagine me as a party bus driver? I'd just be the worst. Just, guys, come on. It's 9:30. Can we go home?
You're saying. Okay.
Okay.
Did we make it?
I never turned on my...
We've gone 0 seconds.
We've gone 0 seconds.
Oh, we're good. Oh, but we did stop for like 19 minutes to turn the lights on.
I also want to say that I'm just not that I would not make a good spy. Joey did a great job of holding up a little sign that said lights. What lights? What? Hey, what? You didn't want to be what lights?
Huh?
I'm Joshua Will.
I didn't know you were gonna go right into it. I thought I had a second to. And I am Sierra Bailey.
I'm kidding. Thank you for listening to Funny in Theory.
Yes. Goodbye.
If you like it,
hello.
we gotta say this. Please subscribe. Tell your friends.
Do it.
It's funny in hashtag Funny in Theory, or at Funny in Theory. Is it at Funny in Theory? I'm old. FUNNNY.
Yes. 3 N's. Because why not? Why are you pointing at me?
That was good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
You could say that.
No, I thought that was a great way to end it, but we're still going apparently.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I already said bye, and then you started talking, so then I said hello again.
Bye.
Bye.
It's not strange, both things are rearranged. No one to blame. It's all for the fun of the game.